Go. Hey everybody, welcome back. Team Walters, Richard here. So we're at TPA. Michael's with us, Coach Michael. So, Coach Michael, how long have you been coaching here? That's a little bit off. I already went off the question.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'm prepared for that question. So I've been coaching here since July of 2018.
July 2018. Holy shit,
sir.
What is that? That's 2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah.
Oh, nice. So how'd you get into CrossFit?
So I actually got into CrossFit because my best friend, she was actually my best woman at our wedding, and she was like, "I go to this CrossFit gym. I want you to try it out."
Oh, okay.
We did hot yoga together, and she was like, "Come to this CrossFit gym. Like, it's a little different, but it's a lot of fun." And so Trent and I both came, and we ended up really enjoying it.
Yes. Yeah. So who's invited you here?
Heidi Thomas. She doesn't go here anymore.
She moved, right?
No, she still lives here. She ended up hurting her calf and just ended up sticking with yoga.
Oh, okay. Sticking with yoga, hot yoga.
Hot yoga, yeah.
That's where you go in. It's like 120 degrees, right?
It sure is, and you are sweating profusely the entire time.
You know, I always told guys, they always ask me if I can only do one thing, that's what I would do is yoga.
It's honestly so great.
Like, I don't know about hot yoga, but I definitely do yoga.
It's I practice ROM wide, so range of motion workout of the day. I do that every single night before I go to bed.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so it's like 20 to 30 minutes, and on Thursdays it's actually 45 minutes long. But it's basically like yoga, just working through, making sure you're staying with your range of motion. And
on Thursday, that's where they you hold a pose for like 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes, but 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it's very intense and long, but it's always a super great workout, and you feel so great after you do it.
Oh yeah. We used to do that at my old box I went to before it closed down. Every Thursday was a light workout, and that's all we did was stretch. That's where I got the thing where stretching. You know what I mean?
From my background, actually, of gymnastics.
Yeah, that's what is your background?
So I actually have a lot of sports background.
Go ahead, shoot.
Get ready for the list. So I did gymnastics. I did competitive cheerleading. I fenced. So throwing that
that's
one
at That's what the thing, right?
Sure
I know what that is. I'm educated like that.
I played soccer. I ran track and field. I swam.
You were a sprinter in track and field?
I actually was a multi-purpose runner. I could do distance, or I could sprint.
Okay.
I could do either. But
what was your favorite?
I actually was a hurdler. I did 110 high hurdles, 300 intermediates, and I did shuttle hurdle relay. But my favorite events were probably the 4x400 and the shuttle hurdle relay. I like team stuff more so than individual.
Yeah, it drives you a little bit better.
Yeah, you feel like you're going to let someone down if you let up. When you, it's hard. It stinks to say that. Like sometimes when you're by yourself, you're like, I'm only really letting myself down. But,
right. That's sort of like with the WOD we did today. It was like, you got to go hard because the other guy's waiting on you to get done.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like doing it, make the other guy work more. So you started doing CrossFit in July of 2018, or is that just when you got your coaching?
So that's actually just when I got my CFL1 certificate. CFL1 is just your certificate letting you know that you are a level 1 CrossFit trainer.
Right.
You have to be careful of how you title it, because you're not technically a coach, you're a trainer. You're a coach at a box, but your certificate allows you to be a trainer, not.
Okay.
But yeah, I got my CFL1 in which there's an L1 and L2 and L3 and an L4.
Yes.
So I have my first one, and I got it July 2018.
Okay.
So my first time I started CrossFit was actually January of 2017.
Okay.
Yes, January 2017. And then that's whenever Trent and I lived a little bit closer. Okay. And then in February we ended up buying a house out by Route 8. So the commute became really long, and I wasn't that into it at the point. So we ended up quitting that April. And then the next January, I decided to make my New Year's resolution that I wanted to commit to fitness.
Okay.
And
awesome.
you know how New Year's resolutions are.
Yes, I do.
You start off with it and then it just falls off. But I was determined that I wanted to make this stick.
Great.
So I started, and here I am, over 2 years later.
2 years later. And so you've been doing CrossFit since 2017, January.
Yes.
You went and got your coaching.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you, this wasn't on the question list. When you got the coaching, the coaching certificate, did that help with your CrossFit abilities? Did it break it down more?
Always. So
Okay.
I actually was a coach for almost 10 years before I started coaching here. I coached tumbling and all-star cheerleading for almost 10 years.
Yeah, because you went over to Japan and taught it over there.
I used to be a judge, so I used to judge cheerleading.
Oh, okay.
So, but
Judge.
yeah, that's why I went to.
I bet he's not going to go over there now.
But no, so I actually had many years of experience with coaching in general.
Nice.
And just from having to coach gymnastics and cheerleading, like
Yes.
you have to have a keen eye to see all the flaws.
Yeah.
Especially, and also with my job as a judge, like your eyes are depicted to like see what's wrong, not
Yeah.
what you're doing correctly most of the
Yeah.
time. So in that sense, it was translated over really well that whenever I started coaching CrossFit,
Yes.
I had already had an eye to spot the flaw.
Yes.
But it's just been a very good learning experience for me. Like almost every week, I try to pick something and deep dive into it to really learn about that. When I used to travel for my old job, I would spend hours on an airplane. So I would dive into articles and like I learned so much about powerlifting.
Right.
Like one of my favorite lifts to actually coach is the bench press.
Oh, really?
And that's because it requires more technique than most people think it does.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I love getting to coach bench press because I did so much research into it that I
Right.
just feel knowledgeable about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were telling me that time that before, getting your feet underneath the bench and putting your weight on the heels, right?
Yeah, trying to make sure that we're getting our feet completely
Yep.
flat because actually one of the number one injuries in powerlifting is actually a ruptured quad from feet not being in contact with the ground in a bench press.
Yes. Yeah.
Very, very shocking, but it's true.
It actually helped. It actually helped me. It actually pushed up my weight. That's why I can lift with Gabe and that. So thank you. So what's your favorite WOD? What's your favorite WOD in CrossFit?
You know, I thought about this so much, and I truly don't have like, this is my favorite workout. Like this is my favorite workout. I love any workout really with gymnastics in it.
Oh, of
Whether
course,
it's pull-ups,
gymnastics.
chest to bars, muscle ups, handstand walking.
You should see this guy walk on his hands. He walks further than I do on his hands, and I walk with my feet. So you became a coach in July 2018, correct?
Yes, correct.
Awesome. So would you recommend getting the coaching thing to help anybody that wants to do it or pursue it?
I mean, I know a lot of people who aren't CrossFit coaches, but they still have their L1s, and it's honestly a good thing because it's worth what you're paying for it because you're actually learning so much more. Like you're spending hours and hours diving into so many different portions of movements, and it helps you overall just become so knowledgeable. I took so much away from that weekend that it was incredible. You learned so much.
Yeah. That's what I've talked to other people who got their coaching. That's what they said is you learn the movements. It even breaks it down further.
Yes.
Yeah. So what drives you to compete? Obviously, you like competition. I mean, you guys, you and Trent did the Erie. I don't know what that's called up there. Last year.
Yeah,
right?
we did the Army National Guard fundraiser for FOB.
There we go. What? Whoa.
Andrew.
All right. So hey, we had just a little Andrew ran through, but we're back. So see, we're ready for it. So we're gonna do a readjustment. No big deal. We just keep the camera rolling. So you did the competition up in Erie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you guys placed up there. You placed first, right?
We won that event, that competition actually.
Right. And then so that drove you to do that. That was a team thing. But you just went down and competed in Florida to Wallapalooza, right? Did I say it right?
Wadapalooza, yeah.
Wadapalooza.
Yeah.
I even spelled it right. I Googled it. I spelled it right. So what advice do you have for people that are going to compete like that want to see themselves, other than the Open? Like we do the Open every year, but if people want to go down and compete, see where they are, what advice would you give them?
You know, my biggest takeaway that I've done recently from competing is that like, you know your body better than anyone else.
Correct.
And actually, Emily actually looked at me one day, and when we were down there, she was like, you know, every time you would start going, I would just be like, he's going like really slow. And then like all of a sudden in the middle of the workout, you would just start passing everyone.
Yes.
And what I've learned is that you know your pace, you know your body. Like you can't follow off of somebody else's pace because they know their pace, or they might be trying to throw you off. So my advice is to myself and to a lot of other people actually has just been just stay the pace that you set for yourself, stick to your game plan.
Boom.
And whatever you do in the end is going to be more successful.
Right.
I try not to get too wrapped up in leaderboards or seeing where I am in placements just because I don't want that to like be my drive. I don't want so I try to stay away from looking at it. I just try to make sure that like each time I'm out on the floor that I'm doing my best job that I can do, and that's all I can really give it.
Yep. Yeah, so you're controlling what's in your mind too.
Exactly.
Not only what you're doing, your game plan, sticking with it, staying the courses. It was sort of like, I'm gonna throw a dig out to Emily. Watch this.
Yeah.
5 habit challenges. I knew what Emily was capable, what she could do, and I said, I'm gonna stay the course. This is what I can do. That's the same thing, right? And I think even like when we're in here, just with the friendly competition, you know what I mean? That's what I think I love about CrossFit is people are here to keep you honest.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You know, so
absolutely.
Nobody in here cheats. Everybody counts themselves, right? I don't know anybody that cheats because you're only cheating yourself. And there's friendly competitions going on.
Always.
Especially up in the little Masters division. That's the division I'm at. I try to keep up with them. I can't, but that's all good. So what was your favorite WOD at Waterpalooza? What was your favorite exercise when you went down there and competed?
So my favorite workout at Waterpalooza was a workout called 9 Lives. So it was actually...
That don't even sound good. 9 lives. Anything named after 9 lives.
Yeah, so I actually... it was 2 workouts in one. So there was 2 6-minute EMOMs. So the first one was...
Every minute on the minute. Okay.
Yes, every minute on the minute. So the first one was every minute on the minute, you had to do 6 pull-ups.
Okay.
And then in the remaining time of that minute, you're chipping away at 36 clean and jerks.
Okay.
And then so you do your 6 pull-ups and then you get to the barbell and you just can't put it down until it's time for you to go back to that bar to do another 6 pull-ups. So you're just staying at it and just it was a burn. So then you have 6 minutes to complete all that work. If you finish before, then you get extra rest time.
Okay.
As soon as that 6 minutes is complete, you get 2 minutes rest.
Okay.
And then it's a second 6-minute EMOM of every minute on the minute you're doing 6 toes to bar.
Oh my God.
And then in the remaining time of that minute, you are chipping away at snatches, at power snatches.
Well, you like snatches, though, right?
I do.
Yeah.
That was, and I actually ended up taking second place in the second one, in the second 9 Lives. So
my gosh. Oh, so you got there was the first part, there was a okay, and then the second part, was there a third part?
Nope. As soon as you finished the snatch part, you were done. So I finished that one in about 1 minute and 58 seconds. So.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's flying.
I did 18 unbroken snatches each set. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my forearms were very rough there for a couple hours.
Oh my gosh, your grip should have been shot. I'd still be doing it. I'd still be in Florida doing it. So what advice would you give people about their fitness goals? If you know, I mean, because there's a lot of people I think sometimes people want to do things and then they just can't get motivated to do it, and then they go at it too hard. What advice would you give people to hit their fitness goals, you know, to change some things?
So I actually love this question a lot because people don't know this, but when I actually first started here, I actually have a pretty bad social anxiety.
Yeah.
I get very uncomfortable in social situations. And
dude, you'd never be able to tell that, man. No shit. Oh,
sorry.
I got to edit that part. Sorry.
So I actually used to sit in my car, and there were a couple days actually where I drove all the way here, and I live about 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
I sat in the parking lot and I drove home. I didn't even come inside.
Ah.
So I ended up, so then I would drive here. I would wait a few minutes after time started for the warm-up to start, and then I would go in.
Yeah.
And then as I got more comfortable, I started coming in, and now I've gotten more comfortable to this is literally this is like my second home here.
Yes.
But
it's like a TPA family, if you would.
Yes, absolutely. And so my biggest advice is just always, you feel like you're not going to be able to, or that it's not going to be possible, but the biggest thing is just start doing it. Just start somewhere, because there's always going to be a day where you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'll do it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Or I just can't get up. Mm-hmm. I know what those days are like. I know what it's like to that my alarm go off at 6 a.m. and me just look at my phone and be like, I can't do this today. But I know earlier we talked about it. Sometimes it's easy to say we're letting ourselves down, but at the end of the day, when you're letting yourself down, all you're really doing is failing yourself.
Right.
And nobody likes to fail.
No.
At anything. And so just getting started, and then just whenever you do start, don't dive off the 20-meter platform head first. I remember when I started CrossFit, I actually felt like I took forever to like get to where I felt like I was pushing myself.
Yes.
But in the end, that helped me because I didn't try to do too much too fast and then either get hurt or tire myself out and get bored with it, you know?
Yeah, I tried to keep up with the young kids. I about died. My theory used to be
he acts like he can't keep up with us, but most of the time he's like zooming past us. So don't let him fool you.
Yeah, but it wasn't always like I was just happy the ambulance didn't come pick me up.
I think we're all thankful when that doesn't happen, Richard.
So on the closing, any closing thoughts that you would say to anybody? If you could give your younger self advice, I mean, what are you, 20?
My birthday's actually tomorrow. I'll be
Shit.
I'll be 26.
Oh, sorry, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I'll be 26 tomorrow.
26. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
We're going to
very
put
much.
this out tonight so everybody can wish Michael a happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
So any closing thoughts that you would tell anybody? Your younger self, I mean, you're 27. Oh, my God. So,
I think if I could just go back and tell myself anything, it would just be to start this earlier, because I've done, like I said, you heard my list of sports that I've done before, and I felt passionate about things before in my life, but I've never found a sport or a community that I've ever wanted to be a part of more in my life.
Right.
The life that this has completely provided me, the support I have from the other people in this box, the owners here, all of my friends here, my husband being here, there's been times in my life where I felt like I've had no one, even though I've had everyone.
Yeah.
And CrossFit has given me that reminder and that extra strength when I didn't feel like I had it to keep me going.
Yeah. Well, life's just a big wad. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's just a workout of your life, a WOL. So, well, Coach Michael, I appreciate you coming on. It's great to have you on. I appreciate your insight. The reason why I was interviewing Coach Michael is I'm going to compete up there in Erie in whenever that is, in August, I guess, in the heat. So I was doing a little thing, getting information, because picking on his wisdom. This guy, when it comes to anything gymnastics, if you're looking at doing CrossFit or you're working on something, you want to come up to TPA, you coach them, right?
Absolutely.
You do that, right, on
absolutely.
the side, right? So you can have Coach Michael, anything with gymnastics. This guy's a beast at it. So this is Richard Michael with Team Walters. We're going to be signing off. So if you like what we do here, you can hit subscribe. I put it on that side, Michael. You hit subscribe right there. So give me a thumbs up. Did I say? Oh, Emily's went around to make sure I said it right. Till next time, everybody have a great day. Richard and Michael signing off. Or Michael and Richard. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I got to find my little stopper. All right, there we go. There we go. Michael, it's still running.